greatest game ever played this week in baseball.
Yeah!
Well, it's been quite a week so far, huh, Ryan? We got
it's a big week, big baseball week. This was really your first week where baseball took center stage.
Oh yeah.
Till the NBA draft.
Yeah, we got to see some baseball this week. Me and Ryan traveled.
Yeah, it was good stuff. We had a nice couple days in Milwaukee. Yeah. Took in a few games. Took in a few awesome pitchers.
Yeah.
Zach Greinke and David Price, which really are two of my favorites.
First time I've ever seen anyone switch teams overnight. Ryan went to the first game, a Brewers fan. He bought a hat at the gift shop, and he was cheering for the Brewers.
I am a Brewers fan.
Oh, yeah.
Legitimately a Brewers fan.
If you had to pick a baseball team, it'd be
absolutely.
The Brewers, right?
And if the Brewers make the playoffs and look like they can make a run, which I believe they can, I'm going to be all in. I'm all in. I am going to put my heart into this. I'm going to watch playoff baseball if they're in.
Wow.
I will. I love the Brewers.
So then the next day we went to the second game, and I had some extra Rays stuff. So he's like, so David Price was pitching. Zach Greinke pitched the first game. He likes Zach Greinke, and then David Price is pitching the second game. So it's like, yeah, give me your extra Rays stuff. I'm just gonna go all Rays for this one. So we wore all the Rays stuff, and they hit a home run. I think it was that one shortstop. Can't remember what his name was. The guy that I told you wouldn't hit a home run.
Yeah.
But he did. Yeah, and he hit a home run and got our section to boo us.
Yeah,
so that was
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great time. We had a lot of fun.
So
a lot of fun couple of days. Ran into my family was up there same day. Tailgated with them. They can party. Mm-hmm. They really can. That was a good time. So we had a good time. And so now, Tim, bounce us around the league a little bit. Let's see what's going on.
All right,
last week.
I'll start with Milwaukee.
2 weeks, really. It's been a while.
Yeah. I'll start with Milwaukee first, the team that we went to go see. The game we saw that Zach Greinke pitched, they won that game and got him up in the first place. St. Louis lost that night to Philadelphia. So they've been able to hold that so far. I believe they dropped back after they lost the Rays the second day, but currently have a one-game lead on the Cardinals. We're holding tight with them. Lost to Toronto in a tough one, 5-4 last night. And how about the Pirates in the NL Central, holding in there, 38-37, 3 games out. How about that? How about that?
It's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Fascinating. And the Cubs still at a mediocre 31-44. Always have to give the Cubs update.
They're just 10 games back. They can come back.
They can do it. They can do it.
Like we
There's
said.
always the trade deadline. Right?
Hey, like we said, last year they were bad for no reason. Yeah. They had the talent, and we thought maybe they could put something together. This year they are bad with a purpose.
Yeah.
They are developing young talent, trying to get better by getting worse, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So and you know what? They're doing a very good job of being bad.
Exactly.
So they're taking that first step.
It's the cycle. They average a playoff appearance about every 5 years. So
you just got to
rebuild.
We're
almost halfway there. Do another playoff appearance.
Yeah,
so.
You just got to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
And but this rebuilding process will be probably without Jim Hendry, the general manager. He's going to get canned after this year.
Yeah.
All those bad contracts that they can't get rid of. Fukudome, Soriano. Ramirez's contract sucks too.
Ramirez, yeah. Ramirez and Soriano are the big ones right
and
now.
And Fukudome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fukudome seems to have been a waste of time as well, but well, and then the disaster of the Houston Astros at 28-49.
Whatever, dude.
So we don't know how many years it's going to be till
they've got new owners, man. They can.
That's true.
Pull something through.
And your best team in baseball right now, the Philadelphia Phillies, taking the NL East by 5 games over the Atlanta Braves, and the Florida Marlins have faded fast from the picture. They were hanging in there during May.
They lost 10 of 11.
10 of 11, yeah.
Which caused their manager to resign, and now they've got an 80-year-old, I believe his name is Jack McKeon.
Yes, Jack McKeon.
Jack McKeon is now the manager of the Florida Marlins, 80 years old.
For the second time managing the Marlins, led them to the World Series in 2003.
Absolutely.
So Johnson was injured on the Marlins, and
Josh Johnson
hasn't helped them, and they're 1-9 in their last 10. Lost 5-1 to Seattle last night. So Jack McKeon, he's been brought in to kind of launch him into another rebuilding phase.
They've got a lot of talent there,
and
if they just, they're like too young. I think the pressure of them winning, I think they cracked. It's amazing that they cracked in June, but they cracked.
It was a Cubs kind of thing to do, right? The choking in June.
Even the Cubs wait till August most of the time.
Yeah.
If they're bad from the start, or they choke in August and September.
Yeah. So McKeon's been brought in to just kind of help out the chemistry and make a smooth transition to the next manager.
Yeah.
So he's a cordial guy. He's a good relationship with the players. And
Cardinals lost a big piece this week.
yes, Albert Pujols being lost from the Cardinals, and they've had some injury problems. So
Yes, they have.
they're going to need some of their other guys to step up big time.
Mm-hmm.
Lance Bergman filling in at first base recently. So I got to see some numbers from him if St. Louis wants to keep pace with Milwaukee. So it turned into quite a race in the NL West. It's tied at 43 and 34 between Arizona and San Francisco. San Francisco started out running away with it. Colorado is still hanging in there, but
They're going to get better. Colorado always gets hot in September. Always.
yeah, that's true.
They'll come back around second half of the season. They always do.
Mm-hmm. So watching out for Colorado. NL West could change. At
Troy
the drop of a hat.
Tulowitzki, my man, Troy Tulowitzki. He's gonna pull him through it.
Yeah, if he can turn it on, I think they got a real shot to get right back in it.
He's always on.
Right.
He's never off. Let's go to the American League.
All right, American League. Let's go to the AL East. Boston and New York tied in one of these famous Boston-New York races that only we can have. It's finally returned. They're at an identical 44 and 31.
Yeah.
So what's been a rebuilding year for the Yankees? I think I mentioned it last week. They're still competing for first place. So
It's amazing.
yeah, it's really something now. They can
Personally, I think the Yankees are gonna fall off. They're really old.
I'm
a
waiting
lot of
for it to
age to
happen.
them. They're not gonna fall off in the way that they're not gonna collapse.
Right.
But I think they're gonna fall off enough that maybe Tampa Bay can creep up there. If Tampa Bay can get their sticks going a little bit,
Yeah, Tampa
which I
Bay's
don't see
only-
happening either. Like, it's very strange. It's like even if New York collapses, Tampa Bay doesn't have the stick to beat out everybody else for a wild card. I think Boston's going to win this division.
So yeah, and so Tampa Bay would be a favorite for the wild card, but oh well, you got Boston and New York in your division, but they're only 2.5 out. So
Hey, if we realigned, Tampa Bay might not have this problem.
Right.
Just saying, we had the realignment plan last week.
that's like what they were talking about with Milwaukee. The radio station coming home for the game, they're like, "This is unfair. We shouldn't be playing the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Rays." And then St. Louis is getting Kansas City and Toronto and Baltimore, and it's like,
Hey, it's the luck of the draw, man.
yeah, right. At the beginning of the year, I mean, who knew that the two teams would be in first
Yeah,
place?
you do what you got to do.
In this format, that's what you got to do. So, so the AL Central, it's very close. What? Well, wait. That's weird. There's a typo here that Cleveland is half a game out despite being in first place.
But they're half a game up. They're 40 and 35. Detroit's 40 and 36. Plan accordingly.
Huh.
What does that mean? 40 and 35 to 40 and 36.
That's a half game.
That would mean, yeah. So they're up
Okay.
half a game,
Okay.
but Detroit is not back one game. So that's the typo.
Right.
Okay. Cleveland is up half a game on Detroit. And White Sox, Ozzy might get canned
Really?
if the White Sox don't make the playoffs.
You think so? Yeah, with the talent that they got.
Because that's 2 years in a row, is it not?
Yeah. They're bringing in the free agents. They're bringing in guys, but they're not producing. And I think you can trace that back to the manager with Ozzy.
And Ozzy's kind of going nuts. Like, his outbursts are becoming more frequent. Like, it used to be once a month. Now it's been once a week.
Yeah.
And he's always got something interesting to say, but he's being a lot louder about it. And I think Ozzy's going to get canned. And I think he needs to get canned. I think the White Sox need to go a different direction. I think Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs manager doesn't work in today's climate. I don't think it works in today's climate. I think you need a calm, cool, and collected leader as your manager, not, wild man Ozzy Guillen. I love Ozzy and we love his sound bites, but he's a bit of a loose cannon. He's not what the organization needs anymore.
Yeah.
Right here. I'm gonna be the first one to call it. I'm calling for Ozzy's job right now.
Hey, maybe the Cubs can pick him up. I think they might.
That'd be horrible. Oh my god, that would be a disaster.
Yeah, he would refuse it though because
Yeah,
he hates
he
Wrigley
would.
Field so much. So.
Yeah, he does, and he's right. It's not like he's wrong. Wrigley's horrible, but that's for another day.
Yeah. So I like Cleveland and the
I hear
ALs.
Minnesota's coming back.
Minnesota.
7-3 in their last 10. They got Joe Mauer back.
Yeah, Minnesota's looking dangerous down the stretch. I don't
10
know.
games under 500.
Yeah, I don't know if they can come back from the 10 games under 500 though. But
You never know.
Detroit, I'm kind of questionable with Detroit. I mean, Verlander's been amazing for him. He's got a .8 .86 ERA in the last 5, and he's undefeated in all those. He's carrying the team right now, and Cleveland, I think, in my opinion, has more depth.
Yeah.
So I think.
So you like Cleveland?
I'm liking Cleveland for the AL
Indians.
Central so far. Yeah.
This is still the Indians.
Still the Indians, but I'm not seeing any of these other
Detroit
teams.
has choked so many times down the stretch.
Yeah, and
They're either going to choke again and win the division.
yeah,
You think they're going to choke again? I think they're going to do it this year. I don't know. I don't trust Cleveland. I don't trust either team, but I trust Cleveland way less.
I think none of the teams are going to be able to catch them. I think it's
They're half
Cleveland.
a game.
It's Cleveland's.
It's half a game.
It's only half a game, but
Half a game can be done this time tomorrow. It could be switched.
That's true.
You know, so
It's a long year. Can always change.
yeah, who knows?
Heck, we could see Kansas City winning the division.
No, you won't see that. They suck.
Nothing's out of the question, man. But,
no, that is. This is baseball where everything is out of the question,
Gotta
except for the
believe.
Yankees and the Red Sox.
Kansas City, major league moments, man.
Okay, don't pretend like other baseball analysts that all teams are created equal. Don't even start that crap with me, because they're not. Especially with a non-salary cap sport.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are created unequally. Yankees and Red Sox and the rest of the league. Period. And the Yankees are in a class by themselves, and even the Red Sox are looking up at them.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the money, you ain't gonna get the wins. Period.
Yeah, that's true with Oakland.
Unless you've got a strange combination of young talent and a little bit of cash. Like the Rays in 08.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays the last few years, really.
Well, this has happened to Oakland in the AL West. They dropped off very quickly, 7 games back. And remember a few weeks ago how close that was? It was 2 games between all 4 teams. So.
I feel like we always knew they'd drop off, though.
Well, yeah, right.
It's the A's. The A's are a joke.
I wonder if we're going to start seeing the AL West teams just dropping like flies out of this race, huh?
I think Seattle's a real player.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah. They got
Seattle. They got 2 dominant pitchers.
Yeah, they got some real pitching there. But so does Texas, though.
Right.
So.
Well, when you get like the Rays have 2 dominant starting pitchers, the Red Sox have 3. If most teams in the league only
Phillies
have
have
1,
5.
the Phillies have 5. But I'm just saying, like, if you've got more than 1 dominant starting pitcher, it doesn't matter how much you hit. I mean, example, you're defending champions. San Francisco Giants, 2 dominant pitchers and no sticks.
Yeah.
Won the World Series.
Yeah.
All you need is 2 dominant pitchers and you can win a championship.
So you're the pitchers, right?
Yes.
And going back to the stats we were going to talk about, right?
Love pitchers. I'm pro pitcher. I think hitting is overrated. Can you hit your way to a championship? Yeah, if you can pitch.
Right.
The Yankees are going to have to hit their way to the playoffs, but they'll be out against a Mariners team that can shut them down. Mark my words, Mariners could beat the Yankees.
Really?
They've got more than a good shot.
Right.
Especially when all you have is Sabathia, and he can't pitch every day.
Yeah. Leading the Major League in wins right now.
It's a good time to do that. This is a good time of year to kind of look at everything. This is it's both leagues combined.
How about that pickup for the Red Sox, Adrian Gonzalez, leading 2 of the 3 major batting stats. Quite something. If he was leading in home runs, would have been.
He's not even close in home runs.
Yeah, not even on the top 5, but that would be a triple crown contender right there, if so. But
he doesn't hit home runs though.
Yeah, right.
So there you go.
So he's having quite a year.
Yeah, so he's leading in average and RBI, and Jose Bautista is your home run leader, the juicer of the modern MLB.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously, you go from hitting like 5 home runs a year, and then you're jacking 46. Juice. Steroids. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
But you like him though, right?
I didn't ever say I have a problem with it. I'm just saying he's doing them.
It was just your tone. It was just your tone of voice. I was like,
good.
He's a good man. I like Jose Bautista.
He saw an opportunity to get better.
Right.
So he jacked. Good. Hey, here's a needle. You can hit 46 home runs. Beautiful.
Yeah, look at the names
Juice.
leading the home run race. Bautista, Teixeira, Granderson, Matt Kemp, and Paul Konerko.
Matt Kemp?
Matt Kemp of the LA Dodgers.
If I saw Matt Kemp on the street, no idea.
He's a star of the Dodgers, so.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. How are the Dodgers doing?
They're
not going to make payroll, is how they're doing.
Yeah, we need that Price is Right fail horn.
Yeah. How about those pitching stats? Sabathia,
Holiday.
10 wins. Sabathia with 10 wins. Beautiful.
Holiday's still up there with 119.
You shocked. The pitching, it's very strange. The pitching is good, but the pitchers aren't winning games. So
yeah, I mean, Sabathia with only 10. It's
strange, and he's the horse of the group.
Yeah. And then there's like a bunch of guys with 9, so it's just like everyone's the same, you know.
Yeah. Roy Halladay, 119 strikeouts already.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Felix Hernandez. I love Felix Hernandez.
Yeah.
He's your sabermetric rock star. He won the Cy Young based on sabermetrics last year.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's awesome. I love when the little guy kicks ass in baseball.
Yeah. And Josh Beckett still got some informally leading the major leagues in ERA.
Is he hurt?
I don't know.
He's always hurt.
He is. So it's quite something that he's been able to keep his stuff through all the injuries. You see these guys all the time just drop off after major injuries.
I love Josh Beckett. I saw him play at the King County Cougars right here in town. Love Josh Beckett. Him and Dontrell Willis were the best rotation in minor league history.
Yeah.
When you're throwing Willis and Beckett out there every 5th day, that team won a championship.
Yep.
Tremendous. They had a couple good sticks, too. That was the deepest minor league team in history.
Wasn't Adrian Gonzalez on that team, too?
No idea.
He was on the team somewhere around that. I mean, they had some great guys coming up through the system.
Oh, the Marlins farm system from the late 90s to the early 2000s was the best in history.
Yeah, definitely.
When you talk about Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Dontrell Willis kind of fizzed out. Had an awesome World Series run.
Mm-hmm.
Has fizzed out since. But awesome. I loved going to Cougars games back then. Everybody sucks now.
Yeah, the team is terrible.
Kansas City Royals farm system's what we're in now.
Yeah, they say that's one of the best in the business. But yeah, Cougars in second to last place.
What is it? Are we single A out here?
Yeah, low single A.
Low single A.
Yeah, there's low and high. So
there you go.
Well,
that's your week in baseball.
That's the week in baseball. So this week in the greatest game ever created. So we're back with more quirky baseball songs next week, and hopefully some interesting news. So this is the Jim Miller Frozen Sports Program
on BWC Internet Radio,
Twitter, and